Okay, so this video is in regards to the presentation for the introduction to biogenetics. I want to explain a bit about this video and about the whole course before we go over things. So first of all, people are afraid of biogenetics and they have no reason to. This course has been designed and planned in a way that it's going to chew really thin the materials that you need to know. There's a lot of repetitions. You are going to find yourself more than once saying, hey, I already heard this, he already wrote this, why am I reading this again? Because I wanted to get into your head. The key to understanding biogenetics is the idea of the triplets and base pairing. So I want you to make sure that you understand that concept, because I promise you that once you understand that, it is so easy. It's like Lego. You have basic blocks and you're just playing with them and interpreting it. Everything has to do with those triplets and the base pairing mechanism, which I will teach you, of course. Of course, when we talk about biogenetics, we're talking about evolution. So it will always be connected with that. Another thing that I would advise you is to take advantage and actually watch the videos that I recommend you. Some are with humors, most of them are professional. I'll just say that when using YouTube and its videos, although I saw every video and decided if to use it or not, so those that I have used, I believe, are exactly what you need or contribute. A lot of the terms that are marked in blue, colored blue, I couldn't find videos for them, or good videos. So I really can tell you that I've spent a lot of time and still spending on finding good videos for you guys. I think that since biogenetics has to be seen and has to be visual, it would help you greatly to watch those videos. In addition, like in every course that I teach and you have experience from last year, read the book. Read the book, read everything. Even if I wrote that you don't have to know it for the exam, I advise you to read it, okay? The book is really easy. It kind of breaks down everything. It has its own figures and illustrations, which I would advise you to see and read the explanation. The presentation gives major points, okay, which I will elaborate about a few of them in every presentation. So you have the presentation, you have the videos, you have the book, and I think that should be enough. As always, you are encouraged to communicate any needs you have. It can be by email. If you ask me, I think it will be awesome for you guys and for me, and a lot more clear if you just Skype me or FaceTime me or call me on the phone. But I think that if we use any kind of video streaming, it will be better for you guys. Alright? In that kind of case, we do need to schedule a visit, but I'll keep an open mind and a flexible schedule as much as possible. Alright, so the first slide, you already know, you're in the program. Yippee, congrats. And you know, you always have my full attention and love and respect, and I wanted to ask you a favor. And that favor is to try and explain to me what exactly happens when between the one person weights lifting session, meaning that person, he or she or they went to the gym and worked out with weights. okay, resisted straining, right? And then the adaptation that was found to their workout was gain of muscle mass. Now I want you to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. If you're not sure that you can give me a perfect answer, then you need this course. When I say a perfect answer, it's not enough to explain to me how mass is added to a muscle. Okay? That's not enough. So, wait a minute, I'll just give order to the pages if you don't mind. So this course is built to widen your knowledge. And while I know that you think that cardiorespiratory rehab is the only thing you need to know, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. You have to understand the genetic background of diseases and of adaptations. And if you don't know this, and you'll see this throughout the course, you'll understand that you've been missing a very big chunk of information. Right? I too did not know biogenetics until after my master's degree, and I wish I had. I would understand everything a lot better. Okay? Alright, so slide 4, shall we begin? Here we go. So how does someone, you have the slide with the picture of the cat looking in the mirror, right? And he sees the lion. That's a very known picture. And the question is, how do we explain what we see in the mirror? In other words, does that have any kind of genetic basis? And then you have the child, and it's a bit of a humor, right? Mom and dad are wrestling, dad is winning, I'm a dad, so sorry. I had to choose sides, and I did. I really do apologize. Not really. So for most of people, the word genetic or genetics means that mom and dad are to be blamed. Whatever goes on, if it works, it was us. If it doesn't, mom and dad are to be blamed. And the question is that true? Well, we'll try to answer that. If not mom and dad, you can always blame grandma and grandpa, right? Okay. So some think that whatever you see in the mirror is just a matter of fitness or lifestyle. Maybe, maybe not. We'll learn about it. So you have these 5 guys that I think are awesome. We might even accept them into the exercise science program since they're so fit. You can see that they work almost every day. We understand that what you see in the mirror is definitely a matter of nutrition and diet, right? So you have a picture about that, and I'm just going to pass those really fast. So some people think that their specific weight depends on what's going on in their family, and we'll see how big or small of a link or what percentage does your family have with your situation. And some people want to tell themselves stories that they have heavy bones. So I'll just make you know, have you know, sorry, that there are about 0.03% of the population, but that by definition have an average bone weight that is higher than the rest. Is that enough to justify 20 pounds? No. We're not dinosaurs, so we don't have that kind of huge bone tissue and weight, it all sums out to about 30 grams. So by average, they'll have 30 grams of weight on their bones, more than the average person. So who do you look like and why? What is the influence of your parents' behavior? You can see that in the slide with the child that's eating chips and that slim guy on the left corner, right? Left lower corner. And you can see that behavior of the parents and the appearance of the parents is enough to influence the kid, even if it's not genetically based. So when one parent is obese, the child has an 80% chance of being obese as well. Notice that it's not 100%. And when two parents are obese, it goes up to 93%, but it's still not 100%. So it's not genetically determined, and there's more than a bit that can be done. Okay, so now you see the comparison between the child and the man, and a lot of parents don't understand, a lot of people, not only parents, but parents especially, and I've experienced this in the past, do not understand that children are not miniature adults. They are different from us in so many ways. And if it's trivial to you, that's awesome, but you're going to meet throughout your career a lot of people that talk to their kids and address their kids as if they're little adults. Okay, so this was kind of an intro to the intro, and let's dive in. I'm gonna jump over the warning. You can read that by yourself. So genetics is a science, and by saying it's a science, it means that it's obligated to conduct research and reassess theories and facts all the time. Genetics has very strict rules because of the potential of harm, and especially in the ethical aspect of things. So there are very strict rules and ethics, so you can't just say whatever you want. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll prove that. Usually in biogenetics or in genetics research, the sample size is between 5 to 10 times bigger than what anyone would ask you for a research, for instance, in exercise phys, just so you know. So genetics is the study of genes, heredity, and variation in living organisms. I'll try to focus mainly with our information on humans, but we might compare ourselves to other organisms to kind of connect to the whole of nature. It is generally considered as a field of biology, so genetics is part of biology. Makes sense. And then we have subgroups of genetics. So we have biogenetics, which is a combination of biochemistry and genetics. The study of the molecular processes of replication, transcription, and translation of genetic material. In other words, it's looking at a chemical level, although we don't need high levels of chemistry in this course because I'm not going to emphasize that, of how the information that is stored in DNA or RNA becomes a protein. And this process is going to be the main issue of our course, and we're going to learn a lot of aspects about it and dive into it. Alright, I'm going to stop this video now and record another one so it will be high quality.